Hi everybody, Sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuke ama-reality shows ethu alla eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu alla eMzansi. You guys, you know the saying that says karma knows everybody's address? It really does. Karma knows everybody's address. It never misses, okay? It never goes to the wrong province, to the wrong city, to the wrong house, to the wrong room. It knows exactly who it's supposed to aim at, okay? I haven't reviewed Umndeni, you guys, because Umndeni, just like Isencane Lengane, for me last season I reached a point where it was just not watchable. It really wasn't. And there was a season where we watched a lot of abuse, kankanyezi, and we talked about it as much as we could talk about it, but it just got to a point where I just didn't see the point of the show. I didn't see the point of the show. And I feel like even with Isencane Lengane, I feel like at some point I'm going to get to that point where it's like, why do we even watch this show? So I didn't bother as much when it comes to watching this current season because it's like I was not planning to review it, but you guys have seen things here and there. It's amazing how things have changed on Umndeni. And one of the things that I saw in last night's episode was the first wife, okay, Kamaseko. Okay, which I didn't even know ukuthi Maseko had the first wife, because we all, most of us thought Mahlalentabeni was the first wife Maseko, that she is umamkhulu. But last night I was like, oh, so there is another mamkhulu. Apparently Maseko has a wife. I don't know, you guys, if they got a divorce, but the story that Mahlalentabeni tells is when she came to the Masego household, this woman had left her children with Masego, so she got to raise her children. She went and never came back. You know, maybe she was fed up with Masego, but I still don't understand why she left her kids behind. Obviously, I feel like I want to get more information on that story, but this is what I want to focus on this video. Okay, so you remember, you guys, that Udabula Beno Mahlalentabeni were so mean to Unkanyezi last season. Okay, they were so mean. They actually didn't treat her like a human being. Even Umasego was involved in that, because he never told them to stop the treatment kankanyezi. You remember when they chased her out of the house because, of course, she had left Maseko and she had a boyfriend outside the relationship, and she felt pregnant, wasn't sure who the baby father was, and then at some point she made a confession that the father of the baby that she had lost was not Maseko. So when she made that confession, they threw her out of the house. Bamqukula, bamlahlela laphayana. They threw the bags at her. You know that scene? They threw the bags at her outside the gates. And also there were times when Udabula was physical with Unkanyezi, and like so physically abusive that a lot of the viewers started complaining. And that was when Mojalav started or did an episode, or just in a few minutes in an episode where they actually told Udabula, because it was so obvious that he was told to apologize, like a really like ridiculous apology, you know. But the treatment of Unkanyezi on Umndeni was really horrible, okay, because of course Mahlalentabeni Benodabula wanted to be the only ones that are left with Umaseko. So at the end, of course, I mean, even if you are somebody that is not gonna leave the first time you get abused, at some point, you guys, it's just going to be too much, and you're going to eventually decide, this is it, I'm leaving. And that happened with Unkanyezi. Even though she really wanted to stay Maseko, I think also she wanted to do the show, and she begezelat and took the abuse. Not only was the abuse physical, it was emotional as well, verbally. They did not respect Unkanyezi at all, okay. But I was reminded yesterday of how they were shoving her outside the gate when they thought that she needed to leave, because the very same thing was happening to Mahlalentabeni. Izolo, you guys. I was like, I wonder if she remembers that that is exactly what they did to uNkanyezi, because what happened is always that Umaseko comes to the house with the real mamkulu. Okay, so when they sit and they have a conversation, because Umaseko is trying to explain why the real mamkulu is there, the other mamkulu, which is Mahlalentabeni, is not happy with the conversation. She's not happy that they're not being officially introduced. Umaseko, as usual, gets irritated because when he's not being listened to, he gets irritated and then he chases the wife out of the house. He does that. He does exactly that when Matabeni starts shouting and screaming and even threatening to be physical to the other mamkulu, instead of chasing the other mamkulu outside the house. He is chasing Mahlalentabeni. He was even shoving her outside the gates, you know. I don't want to lie, you guys. I was happy to see that, because I was like, hi, bo, finally Unkanyezi get some kind of justice, because they thought that after abusing Unkanyezi so much that they were going to stay behind those two and they were going to be so happy with Umaseko, and it doesn't seem that way, you guys. Later in the episode last night, she even says, Goti, she is back at home, and she feels like she has a little bit of peace when she's at home. That is Mahlalentabeni. And you guys, I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel sorry for her, Mahlalentabeni. I don't feel sorry for Utabola, anything that happened to those two, because if you abuse another human being like they did, you deserve a little bit of, comeback from the universe. Okay. You deserve it, because we watched so many horrible things that they were doing to that girl. And I am so glad that she even left that family and left the show, you guys. And also, just they don't seem to be happy, because Mahlalentabeni, even last night I picked up, because every time I get to watch Umndeni, she is drunk, and it's starting to feel like she might have a drinking problem, because even her fighting last night in that episode, she was drunk. And even Umaseko did say that when he came, he realized that they had been drinking with Utabola and the other wife, I forget her name. And so it looks to me like she is drunk a lot while doing the show. And sometimes, like, when somebody chooses to be drunk, chooses to go through life drunk, it's because they are not happy with what's happening in their life. It just, being drunk makes it easier. It normalizes the abnormal. More puzzle. It's like, okay, even the most ridiculous thing doesn't look or doesn't feel so ridiculous when you are drunk. So I feel like somehow they are not happy. Of course, they're making money from the show, because you can see even the house that they live in, the furniture is different. It looks nicer. Even them, the clothes that they're wearing. Hey, Umantabeni, no, Masego. But I don't think that they give a lot of money to Tabula too. But even him, I feel like he deserves that, because of the abuse that he was throwing towards Unkanyezi last season. Listen, you guys, don't treat people bad and think that your life is just going to go perfectly fine. It doesn't happen. Okay, it does not happen. That's not how life works. You treat people bad, it will come back to you. And sometimes the funny thing is that when it comes back, you are not able to actually realize or recognize it, because you know what, this is because I did something that was not so kind to somebody. Karma knows everybody's address, okay? And not like the banks, it does not need proof of addresses, because it has all of our addresses. Even when we change the addresses, the system automatically changes the address. It will find you. Treat people kindly, because it will come back to you. I do wonder if Utabola na Mahlalentabeni can recognize it. This is the reason we are going through what we are going through. Anyway, you guys, Umndeni is on channel 157 Moja Love on Saturday. I believe it's 8 p.m. I am not reviewing all the episodes, but of course, if I see something interesting on the show, I will come here and speak about it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a happy Sunday. Please like the video and share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.